Well, since Wicked is in town, I'm going to turn around 3 times and hope I don't get dizzy. Ta-da! Welcome everybody to this wonderful literary event. As you know, whoops. This is where you are. And thank you for spending this Saturday afternoon with us. For those of you who are here for the first time, I'm speaking for everybody. We really hope you enjoy yourself and come back again and again. When you get a chance, have a look at the wonderful artwork from this show. My name is Novick. I do the voice yoga group here at the Secret Handshake. I'm on the board, and what else can I tell you other than housekeeping? We usually use the yellow key for the men's washroom and the red key for the women's washroom. Just, go whenever you can.
Return the key.
Oh, please. And unless anybody, wants to say anything, then I'm going to start. So I have the privilege of opening this show. I'm a vocalist and a poet, and recently I had an experience that I was telling Bill about, and he gave me the title for this poem. And unfortunately, our friend Helen isn't here, but Cam H was having, or is having, a call out for poems. So I submitted this. Thank you, Helen. And Bill gave me the title. It's called Pluck Off.
Nice.
And this is the newest war against self-image. What is it about my face that gives some people the chutzpah, the temerity, nerve to speak to me intimately about 2 white chin hairs, 1 liver spot, many eye-dyed, unplucked eyebrows? We aren't confidants. To all of you, I say, pluck off, and I invite you to join me. 3 women in the past several months took it upon themselves to say to me privately, confidentially, they feel comfortable speaking with me, and so they could tell me how they feel when looking at my face. The most recent literally told me she is uncomfortable looking at the 2 white hairs growing on my chin. Said I, I'll shave them off next time. No, she says, let me pluck them. No, says I, I'll use Nair depilatory on them. Yet she insisted my 2 white hairs must be plucked. And I say, pluck off. The one before that asked me about the liver spot, gracing the lower part of my mandible cheek. I hope you don't mind me asking, but do you have a doctor? Your spot is growing. Does it itch? We were at a faith-based community center. My liver spot was disturbing her peace of mind. Her well-meaning intimations gave me nightmares, and so I say, pluck off. The one before that, in a community cooking group, took me aside to tell me I must pluck and color my eyebrows. Saying nothing but thinking, this is none of her effing business. She continued telling me she even plucks and dyes her nether regions. I was at that point disgusted. She too can pluck off. People, I'm not done. People judge others where they come from, not from where people really are at. Some people use their own aesthetic taste, style to undermine others. This is a new form of war against self-image, undermining a person's confidence, self-identity. This arsenal is aimed at skin color, hair, and now face parts. Looking in the mirror is hard enough. One's self-image is personal, private, intimate. One's looks can become empowering or self-disgusting or even self-defeating. People, men and women, have relationships with their looks. It is part of their identity. In a world created by advertising agency reps, 10 becomes the ideal, perfect. 10 is also a percent, a deca, but 10 is not perfect. Perfection is only in the eyes of the beholder. Magazine models and Hollywood starlets are considered the ideal. No effing way. And I say, pluck off. We are all different. We are all unique. We are all our own histories and mishaps. I have created this manifesto to say, if you don't like what you see in me, keep it to yourself until I ask for your opinion, or stay away. This is me, shining, saying something to you to evoke this conversation. Am I warm, friendly, trustworthy? Do you want to know me, or do my looks stop you from looking deeper? My warmth and friendliness do not give you permission to offer, uninvited, your disrespectful opinions about my looks. It's manipulative, another way of undermining the self-assurance of people. If it's not weight, it's skin color, hair type, or style, it's face. This is not an invitation for your opinion. Does the way I look threaten you in some way? My spirit is strong. I will be inured, strengthened by this attempt to shame me. I take your respect and say, just pluck off. Anyway, chutzpah is a Yiddish word that means gall, brazen nerve, presumption, plus arrogance. Oh my goodness, welcome. There's a seat. Everybody, this is the amazing Simon who does the Friends and Fans of Bill. If you see him on the internet,
Yeah.
it's him, Simon.
Simon.
Everybody.
Simon,
Yes.
come on over here.
Oh, okay.
There you go. This is your seat.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Yeah.
I just wanted to show you that during the pandemic, Bill created a whole literary scene for us. This is what I was able to contribute. Bob Dylan, my rabbi. It's very self-explanatory. But I thank you for that. This was like one of the best projects I ever was involved in. And it gave me an opportunity to really go through why. When I was about 14 or 15, I was somewhere, maybe the X or in a mall or some noisy place, and all of a sudden I heard this strange voice on the intercom yelling out, "How does it feel?" And I stopped. Nobody in my entire life ever asked me, how do I feel? And so Bob Dylan changed my life, and I've been trying to explore how I feel ever since. So thank you. And I'll just end this by singing, because I love to sing, and it's Bill's birthday. And Bill enjoys this song, and I'd like to do it in tribute. Hi, come on in. Please, come on in. Oh, wow.
Bill?
Wow, do we have chairs for this distinguished
Extinguished.
and Marcia, wonderful Marcia? Are there chairs for you?
Yeah, right here.
There we go. Then you have to go and find a facility.
Everybody, Robert Priest,
There's a
Marcia
key.
Kurzner.
She's too generous, so I gave her 2 keys. Sorry to interrupt there.
Do half an inch.
Always with the solutions.
There you go. Which doesn't make noise at night.
Sorry, I need to concentrate if I'm going to sing a cappella. In tribute to John Barlow and Marvin Goody, this is for you. It's in Spanish. Once upon a time in the late 1400s, early 1500s, during the time of the Spanish Inquisition, when the Jewish people were expelled from Spain, they traveled. Some went south and traveled through North Africa, and some traveled through Europe, and some landed in Italy. They brought with them their culture and their music, and Verdi heard this song and used it at the end of La Traviata. I heard it about 30 years ago in New York City in its original form and decided I have to adapt the melody and change the words. And I'm an original member of the General Idea Performance Art Group, and Jorge had died, one of General Idea, he had died, and I needed to somehow deal with that grief. And so I wrote the words, "Goodbye, my dear, it's so good to have known you. You have enriched my life. Your mother, when she brought you to this world, she gave you a heart that loves much. Now you seek other loves, now you knock on other doors, but for me you live. Adio, adio, querido, te conocierte mi alegro, la vida mi enriqueces. Adio, adio, querido, te conocierte mi alegro, la vida mi enriqueces. Tu madre cuando te da luz y te trae al mundo, corazón yo te dio para amar mucho. Adio, adio, querido, te conocierte mi alegro, la vida mi enriqueces. Adio, adio, querido, te conocierte mi alegro, la vida mi enriqueces. Tú buscas otros amores, tú llamas otras puertas, tú despiertes otras pasiones, para amar vives. Adio, adio, querido, te conocierte mi alegro, la vida mi enriqueces. Adio, adio, querido, te conocierte mi alegra, la vida mi enriqueces. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you, Bill. So, I would like to introduce you to Chad Juriansz, who is a really active support of the Secret Handshake. He also is a former Emcee, a former president of the board, a much beloved Dr. Chad Juriansz, and he's going to be performing with a man who needs no introduction, Bill Bissett.
Dr. Chad, what do you think? What are you thinking? What do you figure about all this stuff? What are you thinking? Wishiliba, baba saba, wishidaba, wishiliba, bushka, abashiliba, basha, hausha, wishila, wishila, baba, bushila, oh, wishila. Limbo baba skili baba asha baba ushili baba bisalaba abishili baba ushilamba hoshka ushili baba ushili ushili baby ushili baba hoshla baba uskali ishme ebashimela baba baba ushiliba ushaba ushaliba baba ushkada ushkaba ushkaba ushkali baba ushkali ate ella ushwa Oshiliba, Baba Boshili, Boshili, Baba Shala, Baba Shaliba, Baba, Baba Shali, Baba, Baba Shili, Baba, Oshili, Baba, Baba, Oshili, Abashla, Abasili, Babushi, Aba, Shaba, Abashla, Swishaba, Hasha, Abashili Baba. Abashili Basho, Abashili Baba, Bushala, Abashili Baba, Abashila Baba, Abashili Baba, Baba, Ushili Baba, Ushili Baba, Ushili Baba. Ushili Baba, Alababa, Yuvala, Voshaliba, Ushiliba, Swish, I wish me to Shibba, Abba, Usha, Ushaliba, Ushili Baba, Bashili, Abushili, ha ha ha. Ushili Baba, Ababa, Ushili Baba, Abashalaba, Ushili Baba, Abba, Ushiliba, Ushiliba, Vashala Baba, Vashali, Baba Vashali, Baba, Lala Shibli.
Yes.
Can we hear it again for Chad and Bill? I have to say, I'm so impressed with what you did. As somebody who loves improvised vocal music, thank you. Thank you. I mean, Bill's been at it for a long time, but thank you. Can we hear it again for Chad? Oh, Adeena? Yes. Here.
He's gonna take
Here.
forward to that, right?
So, next on my list of to-do is, of course, you've already met or even know Bill. Adrian is a musician, cellist, guitar player. He's going to be accompanying Bill on a duet of voice, text, falling paper.
We rehearsed that. The paper
Yes.
falls as I attempt to sit down.
Exactly, it's all been recorded.
Not
So-
missing the chair. That's
So-
the challenge.
Bill told me to tell you that Adrian has just come back recently from BC. He's performed with Mr. Dutcher, which is no mean feat, and
Jeremy Dutcher.
Jeremy Dutcher, and Adrian said that he will tell you about himself rather than having me tell you, and I'm happy to do that. Adrian Russouw and Bill Bissett.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I never think of these bio things until it's too late. But I'm here as Bill's accompanist, so I guess I would only know how to talk about kind of, well, I met Bill just over a year ago. I came here because I was a fan of his work and I wanted to meet him, and I was expecting, to find someone that maybe I could interview, talk to a bit, and I found much more. I found a very dear and beloved friend, so this is a good time to celebrate that.
And I'm your accompanist. That's how I see it. We all accompany each other, don't we, I guess?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Oh, we're starting to start? Okay, cool, excellent.
Whenever you're ready, yeah?
All right, just want to start by myself for first few lines. Is that one? Oh no, it's not that one yet. It's this
It'll
one.
be that one after.
No, yeah, that's right.
Is that right?
That was if we rehearsed that. Did you enjoy that? Wow. Casual repartee. We are Teflon, oh, we cannot be burned. We are angels on the run. Oh, we are angels on the run. Angels on the run. Oh, we are angels on the run. We are angels on the run. Oh, we are angels on the run. We are angels on the run. Angels on the run. Oh, we are angels on the run. Usually, close your eyes and see all the trees in the star banks. ventricles, branches strong, poised against the big city night skyline. Oh, Chile. A dream soldered into schemes. Oh, Shiliba, the lips of rivers worldwide. Open sigh. Oh, we fly, we transpire. Oh, let us in the waters worldwide. Sigh. We are lifting. We are lifting. Oh, we are lifting. Oh, Shiliba, Soto, oh, we are lifting, soft murmuring, singing, we are angels on the run, oh, we are angels on the run, we are angels on the run, we are angels on the run. Bashili, Bashababa, Boshili.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa! Aren't they wonderful? You're all very wonderful.
That was really good.
Thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I'm actually awestruck. It's
Cool.
yeah. Happy birthday, Bill.
Oh, thanks a lot,
Oh,
Doctor.
yeah.
Dr. Simon, thank you. Same day as Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
And you know what? He was going to get exonerated. The judge was Lou Wallace, and he was busily writing Ben-Hur, and he didn't have time to do the arraignment to give Billy the Kid clemency.
Oh,
He was removing the death sentence. This is somewhere in the south of Texas. It's hard to believe, but true. I only tell true stories, as you know. And that's why he got hung,
oh.
because he was too busy doing the Ben-Hur.
What does that say about the role of the artist?
I know. I know. Are we that oblivious? I know. It's not an excellent. Right. Okay, but he was born the same day, November 23rd. So I was looking for the cautionary tale.
Don't rob banks.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, because you might get clemency, but you won't get off. Is that this? Yes. Oh, like the Hotel California. Yes, of course. That's
You can never leave.
Speaking of locations, I come from Halifax, a city of many churches. I come from Vancouver, a city of many churches. Both cities have trouble with their visions and the world. Sometimes at night, I tremble in darkness. I wandered alone in my own little tower and waited to see what others would bring to me. I wandered alone in a magic green forest and saw everything that I wanted to see. And I come home to the rushing sea. And lay with you in heaven. was a boy in Alabama. I was barely 8'2", and I ate all the crocodiles that they had there till there was nothing left for me to do. Now I know there's no crocodiles in Alabama, but there was then. So I moved further north, up to New York City, and I ate all the crocodiles they had left. And the full moon, it hung so deep in my chest, and I was all so bereft that I turned to the writing of poetry for the good of my soul and my life. Of the heart are so mysterious. The ways of the heart are so strange. I walk into the sea now. I walk into the trees. Heart is almost always hungry until it hurts, and then it hunts. Hunts for all the wild berries in all our eyes now. Hunts for darkness, hunts for light, hunts for food and hunts for sorrow, hunts for wounds and hunts for healing, hunts for the dance touch in all our hands now. Until it loves and then it heals. Oh, shabba baba, oh shili baba baba, shili baba, oh shala, oh shala baba baba, I appear shili baba, oh shili baba. Until it loves and then it heals. Let it heal, let it heal. Let it heal, let it heal, let it heal, let it heal. I walk into your life now. I walk into your range. Oh, shili baba, shili baba, shili baba, shili baba, shili baba, oh shili. Let it heal, let it heal, let it heal, let it heal. My hands are in the lion's jaw. come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Oh, come with me. Come with me. Come with me. My hands are in the lion's mouth. My hands are in the lion's jaw. Ha ha ha. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me.
Wow. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sounds right. Yes, yes,
I
yes.
got this one. Alright. I forgot that one. That's great. Genius. Cool. How does it go? Our arms are moon around each other, each other, each other, each other. Our arms are moon worshipfully each other, around each other, each other. Woo-hoo. Oh. Until we're under the sun again. Until we're under the sun again. And it's time for me to go. I want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Oh, should be so languorous. The swimming. Tonight, tonight, so languorous, the bleeding tonight. Ooh, ooh, oh, ooh, shalaba, ooh, shalaba. Don't you remember? Don't you remember us on the silver dock, sliding into the moon-swept water? So easy, oh, so easy. Ooh, ooh, shala, ooh, shala, ooh, shala, ooh, shala, ooh, shala, ba, 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 shala, ba, 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 let your smile fill the room. I don't let your anxieties crowd the airwaves. Bushily ba 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 waves. Aves aves ava ava ava. So shubili ba ba. Shili ba ba. Ha. Shubili ba ba. Shili. Ooh. Oh, ba ba shoo 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 ha ha. Oh, shubili ba shila ayaki ba shila ba shubili shubili ba shaba aliba ba shiliba bushiliba. On days when everyone seems wrong, including me. I lean toward doubting. We are all so lost in judging. I go to the forest to look for you. Thank you for being, for taking the pain. A forest moon prowls through the long night. Then we were always looking for the fresh meat and the tender glance of the river in our eyes would surely soothe us. And now we're living here without that hunt. And I'm grateful for this breathing you give me without thrashing at last on our long night bed. I accept and presume this thinking, if it's thinking, will be challenged, even defeated. That's the same, I know, to you. Is it the same to me? I'm making my way through the rhythm of the moving trees. Moon caressing on the waiting branches. Like sleepwalking, honey, I come again to you. And I'm asking, and I'm asking, and I'm asking. I'm so grateful for this song. Kushamana ahayaki, Yakushamana ahayaki. Ahurashila baba, Ashabali baba, Ayaki Shamana ahayaki.
Figured it out.
Hey Adrian, do you need a tuner? Like, I have one on my. Oh, you have one over
This
there.
one has this thing.
Oh, okay,
It's awesome.
okay.
As long as the batteries don't die.
Oh yeah. I'll be here.
Excellent. Excellent. That's a good title for something, as long as the batteries don't die. Excellent. We're all here on such a slender thread, aren't we? Sheesh. We can take it though, we can do it. It's okay, isn't it? It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah.
How does it sound? Okay.
Sounds great.
Does it really? Thank you. Thanks. Let's do our wire. Just a second.
Well, I start.
In summer, our lagoon is moved into us. Only that is the season of olive smell and hot moss. We are not only images coming together, bone, word, and candle. We don't do this to know each other. We slide from our covering husks, pith darkness of oval, shake off our covering shells, tap our heels on dice, riding on life and the salmon berry breezes, riding on a song. Our horses running faster, faster, faster. We're inside a Roma caravan faster, their gold eyes spurting, splitting, shooting out from the horses. Above us an almond moon, speeding us, giving us the movement, the energy to go faster, faster than any Cossacks can catch up to us. We're going faster and faster, the canvas shaking with the speed, the horses sweating with the speed, going faster and faster, our prayers for escape getting heard by the moon and the stars, and this very narrow mountain road, and snow coming down all the time. We're going faster and faster through everything we are going. We're going, we cannot be stopped, we cannot be captured. We're going faster and faster, faster than any village wind, than any Cossacks can catch up to us. Faster, faster. There's a rumble up in the mountaintop. We're getting closer to. It's a rumble of snow ready to fall. We go faster, faster, oh, with the avalanche. The avalanche falls a few meters only behind us. We are escaping. They can't get through all that snow. They cannot. And we're going faster and faster. The moon is blessing us. Our lives are blessing us. The way is blessing us. These ways are blessing us. We are escaping. We're getting faster, faster than any Cossacks can catch up with us. Than any village wind. Wind. Woo! A wind than any winder can catch us. Nothing. We're free in the moon, sailing forever. In summer, our lagoon is moved into us. Only that is a season of olive smell and hot moss. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Don't take Moderna. It's not modern. We'll invent some chairs. Look, there's a chair.
Yeah, but Marty's sitting there and he's
Okay.
doing.
I'm not,
Right.
I
So
give that chair.
Adrian could maybe go over there, that would be
I
great.
can go wherever. Where's Bill's chair gonna be?
Honey,
Find a place.
Marty said he's sitting over there, so that's available.
Okay, Bill,
Okay, great.
Okay.
and then Adrian will find his own place.
Yeah.
Okay, Janice. Adrian Russouw, everybody.
Yeah. Birthday boy.
Thank
So
you.
you all heard that today is Bill's birthday, but Wednesday, Adeena has organized a celebration, a party at the supermarket just down the street in Kensington Market. You're all invited, please come. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to say about that.
There'll be tributes and songs and poems, and Bill will be reading as well.
Adrian will be playing.
And yes, and there'll be video projections and
Jordan Stone has a movie.
yes.
Jim Andrews has a movie.
Yes, a slight yes. You shouldn't be knowing all these things. There's nothing left to surprise you with.
I bet there won't be.
And
Forget that.
doors open at 7 o'clock, showtime 7:30. And if there's any more information you want to know, come talk to me.
Yes. And also, you all should know that 3 weeks from now, Bill is going to Ottawa to receive the Order of Canada.
Yeah.
Thank you. What did I do?
We all want to know.
Persevered.
We all
I'll
want
try
to
and
know.
find out.
I'm sure if you ask each and every one of us, we all have our stories, and not only that, we are all, and I can say this for everybody here, we are all profoundly grateful to you, not just for your poetry and music, but the fact that you have embraced a whole community so lovingly, so caringly, and not just that, but given us a space that you call the clubhouse, some people call home. So thank you, Bill.
Very welcome. It's totally mutual. What was it that he said? There's something about giving. Everyone here has given so much to me. I mean, it's a crucial part of my life. I would never leave it. It means everything to me.
Well, before we all get a bit maudlin.
I know. Was that too much?
No, are you?
There's not enough violins?
No. There's never, ever.
Thank you.
No, there's never enough when it comes to you in terms of gratitude and appreciation. And on that note, it is my honor to introduce to you such a good friend of Bill's, someone who considers herself a mentee, someone who is a professor, someone who is so prolific in her literary contributions, and I really don't know what else to say other than to say, please join me in welcoming Adeena Karasick.
Honey, thank you. Mwah. So much. It was amazing. May I borrow this thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Do you wanna
Yeah.
move it up?
That's perfect, actually. Yeah.
Can you
Oh, wait a
Yeah, I
minute.
think it's like.
I'll get you some.
put it up? Thing?
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh, we did it.
Yep. Yep. It's probably about as high as it goes.
Can you just good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you put these wires on the other side, that stops it from falling.
Cool. Thank you, Adrian. Wow, what an incredible afternoon. Thank you guys so much for coming out. For what? How do you even follow that? I've had to my whole life, and I thank this guy so much. I don't know where I would be without him. I've known him for 40 years, and he taught me everything I know.
Yeah.
So, but I'll give a whole big tribute more on Wednesday night when, right, it's Wednesday, the 27th. All right, so with that, I want to thank you, Bill, for having me back here, for, I don't know if you're here, Jim Brody, for making all those awesome posters. Such an honor to read and to hear again, honey. Your Verdi translation was just so heartbreaking and powerful, and I thank you so much. Great to hear Chad and that and Adrian. So first time I'm hearing you play, and you guys just, it was so soaring and it was so amazing, and just I go back, well, I can speak for everybody in the room. It was just amazing. So thank you so much. Okay, so hi. All right, I just got off a plane from New York last night, and so here I am. All right, so I'm going to be reading from a range of newish work, and I'm especially excited, a little bit anxious and nervous to read from Fluxme. So I've been very honored to have some photos of this book sculpture that I created based on these really X-rated James Joyce letters to his chambermaid come wife, Nora. And I did this translation of it. So at the end of my reading, I'm going to focus on that. I also made them into, because, it's just a one-off, this book sculpture, I can't really transport it around. So I made these fur-lined, books to buy. So I'll detail that later. But before all of that, I'm going to read from this new hot off the press artist book, which was designed by Warren Lehrer. And basically it's thinking about how everything, in the wake of this ongoing catastrophe in the Middle East, thinking about how everything has been palimpsestically layered and through contested histories and herstories and socioeconomic policies all pulsing and porous, really how everything has always already been occupied. And it's printed in this way as a tabloid-styled newspaper. In another venue, I would have all the spreads up on a screen or something. So I'd love you to come take a look at it. And but really, it's so overwhelming in both its form and its content because just like the news itself is so difficult to handle, and it's so in your face, and it's overblown, and sometimes it's just so unmanageable to deal with. So it is in its form. So I'm not sure if I can read. Well, I think I'll just read from this, but it's all here. It's a little too overwhelming. Okay, it's called "This Page is an Occupied Territory." Through recirced sanctuaries, synchronies, iniquities, anachronies, iniquities, occupado, occupato, occupare, occupat, occupay. This page is an occupied territory of transidiomatic traditions, collisions, divisions, a code meshing of illegalities, legalities, vortices, indices, travesties, backwards, fastwords, watchwords, loan words. This page is a war zone, a non-homogeneous environment of shifting congruence, a confluence, a flexible lexicon, scissions, visions, revisions, invasions of jagged axes, axial efflux imprinted on fleshy fibers, cotton weaves, wood, rice, wheat, straw, flax, silk, skin, circuits, contracts, discords, accords, imprinted in the proxy thought troughs, an inhabitable palimpsest of rough, double, common, and itinerant rigged contours, and is making you its co-host. This page has already been occupied, coated with resistance, obscenity, and abandoned and drowning in the stained refrain of desolate lines, linen, lidden, and lined in the clatter of concorded discordances, scattered ordinances, scrawled in impossible sobs, ghosts, slips, silk, spun, shred, shroud, shards, shells, shutters, stutters, occupied like this seat, wall, street, cell, seabed, sky of orbital debris, self-replicating pathogens, paronyms, topologies, cartographies, morphologies, technologies, debt, this coup by the Iraq, by the vermouth, by mouth, by your circ, sweat, tongue, licked lung, occupied by these letters, this night of naked upheaval, archaic arcs, inks, irks, curse, course, discoursing, whispers, slaughters, curtails, curtains, compass, collapse, occupied with sweeps, slakes, stakes, straps, sod, squalor, cinders, abscess, obstinate, dominance, ominence, dissonance, imminence, impermanence, all porous and tormented between peace, posits, paucity, opacity, prosities, porosity, parse, press, vex, legs, lags, packs of supple madness in the rasp of today. This page is a war zone, a corazon of residual traces, tensions, triggers of elaborate aberrants, elaborate collaboratives laboring in plots, plans, protests, plans, plagues, graves, gross, grapples, groans, gropes of measured memory, murmurs, amors, margins, churning through cities, scripts, splice, stats, sonic strata, sediments, measured through days, bodies, brackets of fractured inscription, encryption, forgeries of ritual fragility, imparts, ramparts, tracks, tempos, ripped, meridians, idioms. This page is a war zone, and it's been so occupied, entangled in shadows, marrow, screams, scales, fails, folds, flex, forms, peripheries, referees, reveries, rivalries, fertile, free zone, furrow, fumes, flues, fields, fleas, in the porous aura of debts, aporia, pulsing in the rivering seas, sticky toxicity of remodulated memory. Occuparati, occupato, occupar, occupare, occupatum, occupare, occupa, occupri, occupray. And as Bill used to say all the time, I know less than nothing. Here's a piece thinking about how we can never know anything for sure. So it's called On the Uncertain Certain, Negotiating Deep Fakes and Shallow Discourse and the Counterpoise of the Unthought. It starts with a few epigraphs. At the core of all of well-founded belief lies belief that is unfounded. Wittgenstein. Knowledge is simply justified true belief. Plato. Certainty is impossible. Aristotle. Certain, from certus, settled, sure, determined, fixed, reliable, yet also from cinere, to distinguish, decide, sift, sort, separate. What's certain is never certain, but a paradoxical complex of contradiction, juxtaposition, revision, inversion, elision, derision, all relational, elational, delusional, contextual, in the sky stretched ink of the storm. And in the hour of our calling, through crawled scars, backs, legs, blue, checks, unchecked, checkered, flex, wrenched, reins, ripped, slips, sprawl, spin, spun, signs of mornings, horror. What is for sure in the unsure blur of bonjours, embouchure, in the measured erasures of viscous kiss, gash, stuttered, slit, miss, scattered, sweat, clutch, spasms of scalding ardors, holler through the unfixed remix, desolate, absolute, insolent, oscillate, saucy postulates. What is certain through these terse curtains of skirted swerves of succor, course, sun slip, slope, strokes of tongue, angled anguish of pulsing traps, rasp, brass, packs, scraps of recast fractures, shatters, battered, agon, gagged, egg gone. Who can be sure of anything in the uncertain machinery of resalient aliases, asserted insertions, ascertained, tainted in the spurred swerves of data scattered, chat, GPT, SD in the apparati of instrumentation, verification, fluctuation of power relations. As I taste you through these caesural shrouds, traumas and atrocities, certain curves, arcs, secrets, risks, wagers, ruses, roots, rest wisps in the angles of entangled contractions, distractions, reactions, and the urgent resurgence of whose artificial interstitial sin swings, seed shifts, sift, savor, flubber, flutters, falters, alters, bracken, suck, culls, bodies, terror, arrows, a certain je ne sais quoi. And through slippery formations, emanations, disinformation in the ink-drenched darkness of reclusive occlusion, delusion. What is certain in the unstrung tinged spirals of whipped scripts, slick grips of aberrant fares, ravenous, cavernous, reverberant, aberrant brutality ripped through external varity, sextarity, deflection, conflection, affliction, sick with pumped up parts, portals, pallets of lattice swallowed, sweat, rip, licks, all cyclically exilic and stacked with facts. Oh, what is certain when what's fake from facio facere feci factum, facing the defaced tenets of reassorted, sordid absorption, submersion, diversion, revisions, diversions, admissions, submissions, emended, all numinous, luminous, voluminous through webs of belief, and all shored up as I hug the shore between the offshore, lee shore, seashore, table terrace thrust against, lying unshored and washed upon between the osher, yasherish issues of swishy fissures, nothings for certain, but sure enough to be sure, rest assured, and though I can't say for I'm pretty damn sure, as shooting sure as hell through pleasures, treasures, seizures, censures, shattered, shorn shards, but sure is never sure, but a reshared charade, a shared shelter of ruched cherishes between the definite, indefinite, probable, improbable, pliable, palimpsestic, polymorphic posits. Believe you me, you can bet your bots, your bottom dollar with certainly what certains, uncertain, asserts, two minced in one. Never enough coffee. Right. So, yay. So, this book, which I think last time I was here, I read a little bit from, this came out with Lavender Ink Press in New Orleans, and it's basically two parts. One is called Echa. It's a transliteration of the Book of Lamentations. And one is like a shout out to the airplane. But I'm not going to read about the airplane today. I'm just going to read you a little bit from the Book of Lamentations called Echa. And really it's resituating the source text to the mourning and the destruction of the present moment. So here's just a little bit of that. The theurgy of delight is a drowning down, the urgence of the light is a drowning dawn, the resurgence of the light is adoring drawn, a drowning down, a drowning dawn, the urgence, a drowning, a dawning, a knotted dawn, the delight of the light, resurgent, a light in the urgent emergence to light in the days of our hunger. As care cruels in your swirled world, spurred lure, stirred spur of porous lore, whose flayed, frayed, forays, flurried, furry, fiery folly flares in the florid lore of soaring horror in the ripped rot, raw, lot, pass through me in the folded fancy of cracked madness, contoured in shivering silhouettes, wet a ret pirouette of softened kisses, brackets, pastures, pulsing sleepless through scarred triggers, pass through me, fleeced in the non-censors of fissured swarms, through tongue-torn tombs, settling ash through the sift of symptom stalls whose wheels wails whirl in the weave of social flesh, through tattered shadows, margins, dazing wounds, howls, spurs, spores, silent cinders, blood as the walls bear down, weeping in the black and unyielding light, a light in our own shivering dream, through the light of fat language, the light of stretch testing, widening fear, the light of untidy probes which smell like gags, thievery, acrobats, dancing bears, pass through me, through the light of the distance, screaming, and the nostalgia of the present. And says, fly me by night to the river, derive over the rainbow, fly me faster than angels, so fly as the sky, fly with the wings, the sparks fly en fleurage. I was born to fly, so fly with me through the flux of form, through reed, fuel, valley, veils, walls, volée, river, air, luminous, voluminous, free flight and fly, flew me by the seat of your palms, fly me like a butterfly, fly as flamingos fly in the coop, fly free and fly blind, buttressed from the inside like a flying fuck on the fly to the moon, over the dateline as the sky flies awake. So, let's see, I was just going to read, I didn't time anything, I'm just wondering.
Shrink wrapped.
Shrink wrapped, bad plastic, bad plastic. But look how pretty.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm wondering if I should just read one more thing before I enter into that.
Take your time.
Yeah, I didn't bring, I'm so used to doing like a 20-minute thing.
Take your time.
You're the feature here, you read much longer than 20 minutes.
I know.
45 is good.
Yeah, no.
If you
I'm just going to
want.
read two more things.
Yeah.
But, I can't decide. I'm not going to read this whole thing. So this book, which came out also at the same time as, it was because of COVID that nothing came out for a while, so two books, two in one. So this one is called Ouvert, Openings. And it was designed also by Warren Lehrer, so he took the work and it's really gorgeously, that's why it's very, it's really cool to look at the layout of it, so please take it, and, all fun. So it basically comprises 2 poems written during COVID and after, and one has to do, the first half of the book has to do with as things were opening and closing, but I never read this anymore because it's so much in our purview. And then the second one is like once things opened up again, which I think we're all still, I'm looking at you all, many of you with masks and stuff, we've got this fear, this anxiety. Oh, seriously?
Ah, yes.
Nice. So nice. So the second piece in there is called Touching, in the wake of the virus, a pandemonium. And
Excellent.
and so it's kind of like once things are open, how do we negotiate that? Like, how do we, like, you know, you don't hug, I mean, I know myself anymore. You're kind of scared of touching, like, shaking hands or kissing or hugging a stranger. Like, I mean, are you with, like, right? Like, it's not quite the same. It's a little better, but there's this, like, we've been put through the ringer. So maybe I'll read that, and because it's all to do with touching, it'll be a good segue into Flex Me, which, okay. So I'll just read this one. It's a little bit longer. Okay, it starts. Sorry, I'm an academic. I'm a professor at Pratt, so everything has a bit of a, you know, it's all full of epigraphs and stuff like that. So forgive me. I don't remember. 3, it starts with, okay, so again, it's called Touching in the Wake of the Virus. And it starts with 3 epigraphs. 1, in his book on touching, Derrida highlights how touch is fundamental to being human, yet invariably tainted by the untouchable. It can never be fully realized. Thus, the whole notion of touch is characterized by an ontological in-betweenness, highlighting that no matter how close, one can never fully be with. Touch is not skin, but the interplay of the senses. Thomas Aquinas. Touch, the optical unconscious. Walter Benjamin. I haven't read this for a while. Between abstract, impact, contact, tact, axes of attraction, transaction, infractions, reactions, have you, through the towering viscera, apparati, apparition, partition, screaming parties, touched the improper, inappropriate, improprietous, riotous, touched the cirque, a skin, suck, sucker, swung scripts, veiled squall, scalded secrets, candles, contours, entrees. For what lets itself be touched, touches its border, touches only a point, a limit, a surface, as a tangent touches a line without crossing it. So just touch me through veiled villas, rivae, rivoli of fevered valleys, valor with your ordinances, affordinances, consequences, networks of pleasure, policies, policing. Touch me through these fractured margins, connections, reflections, all sorted, resorted, surveyed, oive, through contractual acts of tactical packs, ports, of parched out, pierced grips, ribs, grips wrapped as I brush by you, touched by love's own secret. It's all touch and go as I hear, taste, touch to my tongue, all retouched and touched upon, touche, be told, just touch, base, touch, would, be in and don't lose, touch, stand, tucker, tucker, tuck, touch, tish, touche, 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 touch, touch, touchdown, attache, touche. Can one ever really touch anything? Touch nothing? Touch without being touched? How to touch without touching too much, when touching is already too much? And between rejections, objections, insurrections, predilection, who is the you I am touching today? Touching the touching of the touch, and the today of wild touching, the today of withholding, the today of passionate rations, measures, erasures, a silk, of screaming caesura, in the today of sweat, rimmed, arced, ribbed, silken cribs, scripts, slips, slits, limbs, sweat through anguish, tangents, torments, thresholds, strongholds of sun-sucked, wet legs, lips, stilts, lilts in the double bind of desire, in the proximity of the intervals of distance, and today I am touching the space between us as dwell drips through creased heat, sop, salt, sweat, smash, stream, sap, resinous, sonorous, salient, touching, sound, streams, screams of fingered, fringed futures, touching this new era of thrive bobbing heels, fields, seals, sated, plays, please, play, poi, please, poise, touch me. And the apora, aria, porous aura of lips, slip, slap, tongue, tease, trace, sweat, press, precipice, appeasing, bird pulsing, a lip, slip, back, licked, umbilicus, touch me, oh, in the empty truth of the almost, omens, amens, demons, demands, curves, curls, clasp as we grasp the ungraspable, touch the untouchable, touch that which is not given to touch, and on the between the ever occurring and the verge of occurrence and the tangible passing of lick, lack, lock, clock, lapse, mouth, tacit, crabs, tags, cracks, protracted acts of torqued contracts, as we are always on the surface of contact. If you're haptic, you know, and strap your hands. Right. Alright, I am not going to read, there's 22 sections of this, and we're not, so I'm going to read a few pages. So, never debuting here today, so forgive, so it'll be what it'll be. And now you know what it is. So basically what I did, there's only 5 existing translated letters, of these X-rated letters, from James Joyce to Nora. And I did a deep dive. I didn't, I'm a big fan of Ulysses and Finnegan's Wake. And, my whole life I've been reading Joyce, and I love, the play and the ancient lingual play and the, all the mashups of everything. But I was at I saw a documentary, a year ago, and I didn't know about these letters. So I went and found them, and I got a lot more than So what I ended up doing, so I just took a couple lines. Originally, it was like, fuck me, again. That's, no. So the whole thing is called Flux Me, and it's just based on I just started riffing on those 3 lines of the song, and then I went to town. So here we are. So sit back, close your eyes, and flux me, darling, in as... Oh my God. All right. Flux me, darling, in as many ways as your alas will suggest. Flux me, dripping in your full ardor, costumed with unraveling in the curved tender of split slits, surface straddling across my logos in the frill of disclosure. Wrap me in the quick sticky upsets of your cannot over the bluster of surface. Flux me naked with your haunted, racking, all synchronous, sinuous, succulent valleys of free zones, filial flummox. Flux me in your doused dawn with nothing on but serial censures of ripening thirst, pulsing plies, plays pulling me atop of the cushioned able. Flux me into your always as I lay on your buttered arrow, sluiced loose purring with porous ardor, slippery aplomb. Flux me if you can, corseted with your swelling, slung, hung, donning melliflua like a flirty flexagon snaked in its comeuppance. Flux me in the strong darkness like a known maiden with sordid abjure, unbuttoning arousal in bracken pastures as I slip you into my florid fiddling with shirk-shuttered folly pooling gently with upsurp slips of burgeoning ballet of scented ergo murmuring into your merriment like the slide words of hot gassy tilled in the tempestuous pestilence of lettered feds bound to my quickly flux me through the furtive evers of threaded although, slide the quiver of your bias. Flex me through the squirting furl of ruffled prowess garlanded with fingered dawns undressing in the pillowy billow bonjour of heated hegemony. Flex me with wild, buoyant writhing, all raspy in the ripped shimmer of your upturned duress, with wild gushing drawn from the flesh of tangled airs, burst, verse, impervious fervor, favors, furs, fleurs, furnished, burgeon, trembling, with the wet cadenza flailing folios, fingers fondling your moistened ligatures, circed mirth as I clutch the cushions of your purring emporia, dialectically licking like a limning hymnal, murmuring into the saucy hysteria, fruity lamb's egg gone roused in your fancy. And through truth's tempests, torments of honey-suckled aberrance, flux me with your erstwhile, like a flexical lexical of fiery fervor, foamens whispering in the scissored mystery of etched flesh, scarred sanctus screaming, and the candied vampa hauntingly hegemonic, lapping the lull of my tiptulets. Flux me in the schism of creamy compliance, perfumed like a jazzy magnet with campy amp, plumpy impeti in the probing of my purview. Maybe just a few more. And enwrapped in your petaled revel, lick my vicissitude as I suck your furry curtail of paleontological calculates all up in your exum, inhaling the grip of your surplus. Flux me in the fullness of your morphology as you taciturn me over, slapping the cipher of glossy forbidding pulsing in my paradox, my ideological arena. We just flex me and ram your racy ennui in my Weltanschauung as I feast on your fluvial volu, verby curved gooey jubilee like an abyssedery eatery in the frisky risk tristy trick tack turbulence. And permute me, if you will, billowing, all rhapsodically episodic and brimming with imminence rim, my melliflua, the thicky jig giggle while I finger your figure with amorous moreover maneuvers, oovers exploding with tickled particulars, porticos peaking like a candied dalliance. Flux me as I sink my truth into your hard asphyxia, kissing your wristics with twisting hanger, slippery sack-sprung pungence, and as I rip into your heterogeneous ages, bound and gagged in the indiscriminate perimeters of your dizzy zizigy, laboring in the liberality of gifted riffs, drifts, sifts, lifts in the grafted signatum of fruity contiguity. Flux me, grinding, all sticky and suffocating in the contra-tempestuous estuaries of your perky picnic, sick, licked, arc crevices of bushy, rouged ravage. And so it goes on. 22 more sections. But I will leave you with that.
Hey, do you need a cigarette?
Yeah, no, okay. And now, thank you. And now I think please join me in singing Happy Birthday to Bill.
Yay!
And just hang on. Wait for it. About 2 second hiatus.
How are you? Are you cool? Cool, how are you doing? I'm doing good. It's so cool to see you. Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks for coming time. I think it's time. There's enough of us to take them on.
Hi, George.
Congo, Toronto.
Gotta be okay. Something missing.
Hey, memory.
Yeah. I wasn't born yet, but I do remember. I was in the video.
Right.
Yeah.
What,
Spiritually.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the face you had before you were born.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotcha.
Did you see that movie, The Glow from the Television?
Yes.
Oh, wasn't it great?
Yeah.
Did you love it?
Yeah.
Dr. Chad and me went to see it. We loved it.
I saw the TV.
Oh my God! Yeah, the glow from the television, because there was a series that was so great for
Yeah.
these people, and then it stopped. But this one person, she got into it. Oh my God!
I
What's
think I
happening?
played the same one in Montreal.
There's a fire!
Rented it from
Don't yell
Power
fire!
Store.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, shit.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bill. Happy birthday to
And now in Yiddish. Zu dein Geburtstag, zu dein Jontefheint, lommer mir versammelt deine gute Freund. Zu dein Geburtstag, zu dein Jontefheint, lommer mir versammelt deine gute Freund. Hurra, hurra, mir wünschen dir, hurra, hurra, mir wünschen dir, hurra, hurra, mir wünschen dir gesund und Glück.
Yay! All right. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna move the books off of here and so, and then everybody will have, let them eat cake, as they say.